For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Aaron Pitts is suing Andrew Pitts in the amount of $3,317. Mr. Pitts claims his brother sold their childhood card collection without his consent and says the defendant did not split the profit he made from the valuable cards.
Mr. Pitts, you're suing your brother.
Yes. I am suing my brother Andrew for over $3,000 because he sold a shared Pokemon card collection for double that price, and I just want my half of what our collection was.
All right, so why don't you start, Andrew? Tell me what happened.
What happened is that when we were kids, we did have a shared Pokemon collection, Your Honor. However, about 15 years ago, Aaron sort of gave up his right to those cards. He called them lame. He called them childish. He said he wanted nothing to do with them.
Let me interrupt you. So for 10 to 15 years, you kept up with the cards?
Exactly, Your Honor. Yes.
Really?
I contributed more to the collection. Over the span of that time, I've added probably 1,000 to 1,300 cards to that collection.
Oh my God, 1,000?
So a significant portion of those I purchased and contributed myself far beyond.
How many do you remember you, Mr. Pitts, being in your Pokemon collection card?
Yes, there were 2,000 Pokemon cards in our collection.
Is that true?
2,000 to 3,000 at that time.
So now total is about 2,300 or more.
More like 4,000 to 5,000. Yeah, it was because we were probably mid 2000s. We got up to around 4,000 cards probably.
And when's the last time you saw those Pokemon cards, Mr. Pitts?
So when I was a child, I competed in many Pokemon championships, and I even won. I have a picture here of an award that I won at a Pokemon championship.
Go ahead, Cinder. So how old were you when you say you were a child?
I was 12. I stopped playing Pokemon when I was around 13 years old. I started getting into baseball, and I started talking to girls and just getting into more kind of an adult, situation. And I just didn't want to be burdened by children's games anymore, so I stepped away from the collection. But that doesn't mean that I don't see that the collection has value. And if the collection is sold...
So you were 13 and you started liking sports and girls. Did you, and then so what, you were in 8th grade, a freshman in high school?
Yeah.
Right around there? Who kind of controlled them while you were in high school that you were no longer interested in them, let's say?
I would say that they were more under the purview of our parents.
So your parents kept them for you. In college, did you ever go back and ask your mom and dad, can I see my Pokemon collection card?
No, I'm a very serious man. And I went to medical school, and I had a lot of my time and energy was spent doing that. I did not go back and look at these Pokemon cards.
So high school, graduated, medical school, you're a physician now.
Yes.
Didn't have any interest in the Pokemon cards.
No, I did not have interest in the Pokemon cards per se. I had interest in the value of the Pokemon cards.
Did you ever express an interest of the value of the Pokemon cards after you stopped playing them when you were like around 13?
We had never gotten them appraised, so I did not know that they were worth the amount that they were worth.
Okay, so is it safe to say you graduated to more mature kid stuff, such as the sports, the girls, the fun proms, the parties, college, medical school, you were too preoccupied. In the back of your mind, a wonderful memory of you growing up was the Pokemon collection you collected with your brother, but you never really thought about it until when?
Until I was on Instagram and I saw that my brother was taking a very expensive vacation.
Oh,
this is
and
Singapore.
why would that worry you that he's taking a very expensive vacation?
Well, because he's not a very serious man.
So who cares? You're a doctor. You've got your life set.
Of course, but I'm still in my residency.
Oh my God, how can Andrew afford this?
Yes.
How dare he afford it?
Exactly. So I texted him, how did you go on this vacation? Great vacation, it seems
Was it
like.
any of your business?
I have always tried to call my brother and counsel him on financial matters. I just felt like it was my place to have something to say about this because it's a large purchase, and I'm in a lot of debt, and half of that money was mine.
Did you know at that time, Aaron, that he added anywhere from 1,000 to 1,300 cards?
I was aware that he had added some cards on the top and on the later half, but I was the one who got him interested in Pokemon in the first place.
Okay, I got it.
And so many of the cards at the beginning of the collection, which are the older cards, which are the cards that are valued higher, are cards that were only contributed because I was there.
Well, we don't know because they have to be those I had to research my Pokemon and I had to explain to me the fire, the water, the plant.
Yes, there's
a whole
a Charizard.
re-education.
There's a Gengar in there.
Yeah, let's not get to the pronunciation because I was made fun of over that.
Coming up on Justice for All.
So my parents said, if you don't take these, we'll probably just throw them out. So I said, don't throw them away. I don't want to see them in the trash. I will take them. And I've had them in my possession for 10 years now.
And later.
Well, she signed up for 20 sessions with me where I would take her dog on these walks. And she was paying $90 a session. That ended up totaling into $1,080 that she ended up not paying me.
If you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Aaron Pitts, who is suing his brother, Andrew Pitts, for reimbursement of funds.
And I understand the first editions, was it the shadow versions or the holographic ones? Those are the most.
shinies,
So
yes.
how were you sure that you had those at the very beginning? And what proof do you have?
I do not have proof that I had those at the beginning. However, the reason that they are valued higher is because they are older.
But how do you not know that part of the 1,000, 1,300 he added might have been the reason why they were so valuable?
I have no proof
All right.
that
So
the
then,
cards were.
when your brother Aaron said to you, I want half of that money, how did you respond? How did you react?
Because he texted me asking about the vacation, I thought, oh, he's just interested in knowing how I got the money. So I just told him, I said I sold the Pokemon cards, honestly not expecting any reaction whatsoever. But then he said, how can you do that? Those were half of my cards. I earned half that money. And I was honestly very shocked that he said that because he's shown not only no interest, but in fact, the only interest he has shown in it is just to call them lame and childish.
So no interest since the age of 13, when he started liking girls in sports.
Exactly. And I specifically asked him when he moved.
And your mom, I understand that, I think you put it in your statement that your mom had the Pokemon collection and she was cleaning things out, and she asked both of you who wanted it. Is that correct?
So what happened was when Aaron left for college, I asked him if he wanted the cards. I offered him that opportunity, or at least half of them. He said no. He said, again, childish, lame. So I said, okay, I'll keep it. I continued to collect and play. When I left for college, I was also not playing with him as much. So my parents said, if you don't take these, we'll probably just throw them out. So I said, don't throw them away. I don't want to see them in the trash. I will take them. And I've had them in my possession for 10 years now.
And you know that he's had it in his possession for the last 10 years.
Yes.
So here's the thing, Aaron, and I'm calling you by your first names because if I go Mr. Bist, Mr. Pitts, is there's something under the law that's called when you abandon property, right? You were both kids and you both kind of created this. We know that he added 1,000 to 1,300, as he says, after the fact, since he had them. But you had the opportunity to either collect them or lay claim to them, right? Just like when my mom, I had tons of Barbies growing up, and I had, I still do, because we lived in Mexico, and I had this Mexican Barbie pool, and I have it in my attic. My husband's like, can we throw this away? No. So if your mom asks you or you leave, you got to claim things that you want. But it looks like the moment you turned 13, you had no interest in them, never really said you wanted them, you never wanted to play with them. You had other things in life that were more important to you, and that's respectable. So that's like somebody abandoning property in an apartment that they moved out of, and they never went back to get it, and they moved out and blah, 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 and they come back 3 months later and ask the landlord, Well, where's the stuff I left in my apartment? You abandoned property. So in a way, I'm using that same legal theory to say that you abandoned the Pokemon collection. You showed no interest in the last how many years?
Close to 15 now.
15 years. And
More than
now that
15.
your brother sells it for $6,600, you want half of it. Now you lay claim. It's too late. It's too late. You have absolutely no ownership right over them. You don't. You abandoned them. In my opinion, under the law, this court's opinion, you abandoned property that was yours. And your brother took it because it was part of his. So the sale, since he possessed them, he maintained them, the sale is his money, period. Understand? So based on the evidence, I will have to deny your claim in the amount of $3,317. But the burning question is, why sue your brother? Is that the way you guys resolve issues in your family?
No.
Do your parents know you're suing each other, that you sued him?
Our parents, I brought this up with them because I thought that they would be able to mediate, and they said they didn't want a part in this childish conversation.
Gosh, man, parents are always right somehow.
But they don't understand the value of the cards, the financial value of the cards.
It looks like you didn't either until he sold them. Remorse is not fun. But it is what it is. You abandoned the property, your brother freely took it, he even gave you an opportunity to take it back. You said no, childish, boring. I got other things in my life, respected, no problem there. But you can't lay claim to something that you abandoned a long time ago. So based on the evidence, I will rule in favor of the defendant and deny the plaintiff's claim in the amount of $3,317. Good luck, gentlemen.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
I think it's a shame that it had to come to this. I'm glad that the judge ruled it as she did.
I owe a lot of people a lot of money, and this is not good for me.
Coming up on Justice for All.
And also the vet told me that because of the extra weight, my dog can no longer breathe properly.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Connor Tate is suing Amelia Coda in the amount of $1,080. Mr. Tate claims he was hired to exercise the defendant's dog and help it slim down. But when the pup gained weight, Ms. Coda refused to pay for the sessions.
Mr. Tate, you have a dog walking/hiking business, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
I understand that you entered into a contract with Ms. Coda.
Yes.
And tell me about that contract that you signed with her.
Well, she signed up for 20 sessions with me where I would take her dog on these walks. And she was paying $90 a session. That ended up totaling into $1,080 that she ended up not paying me.
Oh, so you walked him?
Yes.
For 20 sessions?
Yes.
Your dog's name, Ms. Coda, is Smokey.
Yes, that's the name.
Okay. So you hired Mr. Tate to walk and take your dog on hikes. Why did you do that?
Well, it's more than just walking, Your Honor. The dog, Smokey, unfortunately had a lot of health problems.
What kind of health problems?
He has a problem where the esophagus, there's a flap over it, and when Smokey gets too overweight, it causes him not to be able to breathe. So it's a health condition for my dog when my dog gets overweight. So the goal of Mr. Tate taking my dog out was not only walking, but to exercise my dog so that my dog could get
How did your
skinny.
dog get overweight?
My dog is just naturally a tendency to be overweight, and without the proper exercise, which I cannot provide because I own my own nail business, I work almost 12 hours a day.
Your dog doesn't gain weight because of the condition. He gains weight because he eats. So what do you feed him?
So it's not based on the diet, Your Honor. I am very strict with my dog. I've had dogs for almost 2 decades, since 2004. And we have a really specific diet for my dog. I feed an exact 1 cup for 2 meals a day, and I source all of the ingredients to make a very healthy diet. It consists of rice and greens.
Coming up.
Your Honor, that is a picture of a dog laying down. She is manipulating the court by using an optical illusion. When a dog lays down, their stomach is going to flatten out and spread, making them look more obese than they are.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Connor Tate, who is suing Amelia Coda for breach of contract.
So do you have pictures of Smokey?
Yes.
Oh my God,
I
he's
did
so
want to
cute.
submit into evidence.
He's very cute.
Yeah, and that's the picture of Smokey before the training, but I really want to emphasize the after training. This is after Mr. Tate took my dog for over 20 sessions, and it got worse.
Your Honor, that is a picture of a dog laying down. She is manipulating the court by using an optical illusion. When a dog lays down, their stomach is going to flatten out and spread, making them look more obese than they are.
That's true. Did you bring me something from the vet to show the weight gain before,
Yes.
after, during?
The increase is 3 pounds. And also the vet told me that because of the extra weight, my dog can no longer breathe properly. There's more difficulty breathing for my dog.
After gaining 3 pounds?
Yes, yeah, it's in the vet description here.
So he walked your dog or hiked your dog for 12 times and you didn't pay him.
That is correct.
Why?
It is because of a simple definition of a customer and service. I did not provide. He did not provide the service that I was
How do you know?
requesting.
Were you out there walking with him?
I would like to add into evidence.
Walking and hiking doesn't necessarily equate to a dog losing weight.
I wanted to clarify this through some evidence I wanted to provide. When I first contacted Mr. Tate, which is via Instagram, I did ask, I said, I saw your Paws on Path page Instagram and the hikes look amazing. I have a lab named Smokey who's been struggling with a health condition due to his weight. If I get my dog in with you, will he see results? And he said in the text, in documentation, without a doubt, every dog in my program shows results once they start hiking with me. You'll notice
What kind
a
of
big
results
difference
did you want?
after a
To
few
be
weeks.
happier, to be, what results are you talking about? Did you tell him you wanted him to lose weight?
Clearly in the text, I say due to his weight.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
The losing weight, that's on you as a pet owner. You're the one that has to make sure he's eating food that is correct. Maybe the rice is too much. If I know my dog is walking at least two times a day, that's going to make him lose weight. You're the dog owner. It's your responsibility to figure out either you're feeding him too much or you're feeding him food that's not good for him. So what we have here is a plaintiff who delivered a service and a defendant who has refused to pay for the service that was actually delivered, that she negotiated. So based on the evidence, I will grant your claim, Mr. Tate, in the amount of $1,080. Good luck to you both.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff. The defendant is ordered to pay $1,080.
Today's a good day for dog trainers and dog walkers everywhere. We deserve that money. This money's for you guys.
I just feel so bad for Smokey. He did not get justice today, and I'm so very sorry for him.
This has been a production of Allen Media Group.